Today we're going to create our pumpkin folklore collages. So remember, your house could be a pumpkin, it could be a toadstool, it could be a type of gourd. So what I'm going to do first, just like anytime when I'm cutting, I always like to draw things before I cut them out. So I'm going to flip my paper over so you don't see my pencil lines. And I want to make my house pretty big so I could add smaller details. So I'm just going to make a roundish shape. You know, pumpkins are not perfect circles, so whatever shape you make will be fine. Then I'm going to cut it out. Now, before I start gluing, I like to play with where I want to put things before I glue it down. So I like to see how things are going to look and how I want to layer the different shapes in my collage. So I think I want to have some grass down here at the bottom. And then I'm going to put my pumpkin here on top. And I want to add little details like windows and doors because we want, you know, houses have windows and doors. Now, if you can't find the color paper that you need for your collage, you can always get some plain color paper. It doesn't have to be the painted paper. And we can also draw on top of the collage to create details with Sharpie, oil pastels. I have this black crayon here I'm going to use as well. And think about what's going to be in your background for your collage too. Is there going to be like leaves falling? Is there a sky? Maybe there's trees. I'm going to experiment with maybe putting some trees here in the background. We have all this beautiful paper that we can use to choose from. So I've cut out a door and I've got some shapes for a window. But I don't want to make it look like a face. That might be hard to do. I might put it down here so it doesn't look like a face. And windows have, I can add like a little border around it with this brown paper. Make little details on the windows. Now we have a new glue, type of glue that we're going to use today. Instead of a glue bottle or a glue stick, I have these little glue pots and they have a brush inside. So to use these, open them up, and when you're using the glue, make sure that you wipe any excess glue on the edge of the jar because you don't need a whole lot of glue. And when I'm putting glue on things, like here, I'm going to go start gluing down the details on my pumpkin because I know that's where I want that. I'm just going to brush it on. I don't need to completely cover it. Just put on. But every time you get glue, make sure you rub the excess glue on the edge of the jar. It's a lot easier than using a glue bottle. And I've printed different ideas for you for your house. I've printed some different examples of doors and windows that you could use for your house and different ideas for the shape of your house. But you can be creative with this because this is a project where you can use your imagination to make your house look the way you want it to look. But I think I'm going to finish my house and then move it to the side so that I can do my background. You know, your little house could have a garden. I'm going to make a little fall leaf maybe on the ground. I can draw on top of this beautiful painted paper. I like that. And don't be afraid to move things around in your collage. Oh, look at that. Could could even draw on here if I want to outline something. Make little details there on my door. I'm going to keep working and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm finished.